After a one-day delay, Fox News will be in the courtroom face-to-face with Dominion voting systems. That is as the trial against Lori Vallow Daybell moves ahead with more testimony on the other side of the country. We're going to get some legal analysis on both of those cases now. And joining me to help us sort through all of this is Dr. Laura McNeal. She's a legal analyst and lecturer at Columbia University and a professor at the University of Louisville Law School. So good morning and thank you for joining us.
Morning.
We are going to begin with Fox News. I found it interesting that Fox is disputing the damages claimed by Dominion. I wanted to know if that means that Fox thinks it's going to have to pay up. So it's going to have to try to tamp down the amount it's eventually going to have to pay.
Absolutely. So this is what we call some strategic legal maneuvering. Fox is definitely trying to get that $1.6 billion ask by Dominion drastically reduced. And so this is expected part of the course in a lawsuit like this. Now, whether or not they're going to be able to successfully do that, of course, it's going to be up to the jury.
Now, are we going to see the heavy hitters, the big name personalities from Fox? Are we going to see those folks in the courtroom? Are we going to see Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and the like? Are we going to see them actually on the stand? Because we already have their emails, but we don't have their spoken word in front of us.
Yes, this is going to be one of those Hollywood moment types of trials. Yes, we can expect to see Tucker Carlson. We can expect to see Mr. Murdoch, as well as the chief executive of Fox Media News, Suzanne Scott. And so, yes, hosts will be there because they have to tell their side of the story, which if their attorneys have spoken with them in the way that they should, they're going to say they were just reporting newsworthy material. Election fraud is newsworthy. They weren't trying to intentionally report any type of falsehoods. And it's important for the jury to hear that.
There was a summary judgment in this case early on, which basically said all of the things that Dominion says happened are true. This trial is about actual malice. That seemed pretty rare to me. So what kind of a position does that put Fox News' lawyers in?
So essentially, it actually helps a little bit. So there's a very high bar set for proving a defamation claim or a libel claim when you're dealing with a public figure. And so essentially what Dominion has to prove is that Fox News not only maliciously knew that they were reporting these falsehoods, not only that they were reporting falsehoods, but it was malicious, it was intentional. They were reckless in terms of not verifying the veracity or truthfulness of that information. And so really it's the big ask they need to be able to make before the jury, meaning Fox News Network, is they need to convince the jury that they did not know the information they were reporting was false. And again, they were simply reporting the news at the time, which dealt with election fraud.
Well, let me ask you this then. How hard is it to prove actual malice in this case? And I follow up to say, is just lack of care about the victim considered actual malice? Because, you know, in those emails that were released so far, and we might see more of them in court, you don't see a lot of, well, we're going to take this company down because we hate it. But you do see a lot of like, well, this is good for ratings and whatever the unintended consequences are, we don't care about.
Yes, that's where those emails and any text messages, any communications are going to be vital to this case. And essentially what they have to establish is that, again, it has to be intentional, malicious. They need something, one of the hosts saying, you know, we're going to make sure that President Trump wins, even though we know this information is false. We need them to show in those communications a reckless disregard for the truth, meaning they see information that suggests that this may not be accurate, and they report it anyway. So those are the types of things they're looking for in the communications between Fox hosts, Fox producers, anybody within that particular network.
All right, let's move on to Lori Vallow now. Week one is in the books, another day of testimony yesterday. What was your takeaway from week one? What was most interesting to you?
For me, it was the testimony of a former friend of Lori Vallow. Her name was Zulema. And the reason she was important is they asked her while she was on the stand whether or not she believed that Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell's efforts to cast out demons was directly affected or directly linked to the deaths of Lori Vallow's children, as well as Chad Daybell's wife. And she said yes. She also said, which I thought was very not good for Lori Vallow, is that Lori said that if her efforts to cast out demons, allegedly she said, from her husband didn't work, she could always just put pills in his water. You never want to hear a jury to hear that type of testimony. So I thought that testimony, as well as the testimony of a fellow friend, Melanie Gibbs, who also stated that Lori Vallow said that if she is successful in casting out demons from her husband, she'll know she's successful if he dies. And so these are things you don't want a jury to hear. And I think it was very jarring testimony.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.